Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas.
Welcome back to Supremely Black Podcast. This is your co-host, D Rose. What it do, fellas?
What's going on? What's going on, man? Hopefully everybody had them a good weekend. The week has been going well. I will say that mine went fairly well. Had a good time. D Rose came in town and reminded myself that I can't kick it like I used to. And say that. But we did some running around and some drinking, and let me tell you, my body, I'm still kind of feeling a little bit. It's a few days after. I'm still chugging water left and right. So, but man, we had a good time. It's good to, you know what I'm saying, look eye to eye, face to face, go hang out with some old friends and people you ain't seen in a while and kick it and get a little bit of release going. But the week is going great. Everything's going good. Couple shows coming up. Got a big show coming up at Culture Counter. If you're in the Nashville area, be on the lookout for that. We're gonna have a big, huge December show. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be posting about that pretty soon, man. So, but yeah, that's how it was me. D Rose, how we go?
Man, listen. To kind of piggyback off of what you said, it was a great weekend. Got to catch up. Those folks I ain't kicked it with in a minute, man. Shout out to the Oldens, man. My boy Irvin Goldie is what I call him. Got married. Beautiful celebration of Black love in Murfreesboro. Had a nice little event out there. So,
what? Hold on. Congratulations to Goldie. What? Black love? Black people get married? And we
yeah, right. Yeah, you know, let them tell it, everybody. Yeah, everybody beefing on social media, but nah, it was a beautiful thing, man. Especially to see, you know, bro from DeVille and his wife from Memphis. So, you know, putting those two cities together, the wedding was off the chain, but that party afterwards, reception, was nothing short of amazing, brother. My voice is still recovering. Because like Flake was saying, we was moving around like we was back in our early 20s together, which we never got to experience. And Nashville knows how to party. I'm still laughing about Big Tex at the at the sports bar. But nah, it's been a beautiful thing, man. You know, everybody's still here. So look forward to actually getting back to Tennessee pretty soon and kicking with some family. But yeah, everything good. What's going on in your world, Spear?
All is good with me. Just grinding, got back on my workout stuff and everything. My brother started doing some stuff and he shared it with me, so I'm on his little workout regimen that he's doing. So just working, grinding, and that's about it, to be honest. Trying to get some rest in when I can.
Gotcha. Salute to the working out. Now, Flake, I know you said there was a topic that you wanted to address or talk about, so we'll speak on that, man, and see how it go, man. What was your thoughts?
Well, with the holidays coming up, and I've been doing holiday planning all this week, my house is going to be full of family members. I want to say it's probably going to be the first time in a little while that it's happened. So my thought process was basically, has the family dynamic changed since we pretty much can reach out and touch folks at a drop of everything's at our fingertips now. If I want to see your face, I can FaceTime you, I can text you. You know, ain't no more long distance. I can call you when I want to. Used to be back in the day, some don't know. If you call somebody long distance, they charge you 10, 15 cents a minute, 20 cents, depending on where you was calling to talk to them. But since we have everything at the fingertips of our hands now, has the family dynamic changed? You know, cousins going over each other's house, spending the night, what we call it, foot the head in the bed, all that type of stuff. You know, all that craziness is gone. You know what I mean? So that was my question I want to bring and have a conversation about as we get around the season of people taking off and being around family. Well, or not, you know, or not. So I want to get y'all brother's thought on that.
Yeah, man. I would say I still see it. I'm fortunate enough to be around some people that still value the family and get around to it. I don't think technology has changed as much. What I think is the difference is that with it being so many people that like myself, I'm in Houston. I ain't got no immediate family. I got one cousin down here, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't even grow up together. So it's like, I think a lot of people have moved from where they grew up at. So it kind of forces them to learn new families. So their kids end up growing in different places. And sometimes, I mean, if we're just keeping it real, you know, certain things happen in life. Sometimes, you know, a death, an argument that may happen between some of our elders, and it splits the family. So you don't really get that benefit of having your cousins around like you did. And, you know, it's just a little small stuff that happens in family that changes the dynamic more than I would say that social media changed it. I just think we have evolved and people move from their hometowns and states, and they just got, you know, it's a bunch of Friendsmas and friends Thanksgivings, and, you know, it's a lot of different things for people that choose to celebrate, but you around your new little village. You're not necessarily with your cousins how we grew up. So that's just my thoughts. What about you, Spirit?
I don't think there's a correct answer to it. I just think it's dependent upon each individual family and the strength of that family and how things was passed down. I do know from a societal standpoint, society and, you know, social media and stuff will make it seem like the family dynamic has drastically changed, but within certain pockets and communities and everything, I know it really hasn't. So it just depends on your circle, who you're around and everything. But I will say this, that as we have dispersed, that means our parents, our aunts and uncles, you know, back in the day, our grandparents stayed in the same city or damn near 50-mile radius of their parents. But as our grandparents had their kids, which is our aunts and uncles and our parents and everything, as they got older, they dispersed and migrated just because, you know, the more influx of further education, the more influx of jobs in different markets and everything. And, you know, so you're not necessarily in the same city that, you know, you grew up in as far as, you know, aunts, uncles, and, you know, parents and everything. So the migration and the movement of different things and of that nature has made families be all over the country in different pockets in the country. But I do still think that some families, not all, some families still make it a point to get together on special holidays, to link up, to do family reunions or whatever. And then I do know that some have lost that contact and lost the ability to meet up, link up, and do things on holidays and special occasions and stuff like that. But that's the importance of traditions, because I know in my family, graduating high school is a big thing. So even now today with like my kids and, you know, my cousins' kids and everything, when high school graduation happen, the family link up and we go ride out and stuff. And then you know, holidays, Thanksgiving is the holiday that our family decides to travel and link up and go back to where my parents and where my aunts and uncles grew up, to my grandmother, because I have one living grandparent left right now. So we go and link up there, but my parents are from the same city, so that makes it better because I get to see both sides of my family when I do that and everything. And then Christmas, you know, is more of a immediate family traditional thing. So like me, my siblings, we either link up with my parents at their house and do something there, or it's individual because, you know, people are grown, people are married, all this other stuff and linked up. So you decide to create your own family traditions within your intermediate family. So I know there's two sides to the coin. So some families don't do it no more and lost that touch with each other, and some families still keep it strong because they're big on tradition and big on making sure that you know who your family is. But I will say this though, because families are so big and because niggas are fucking, people having babies, we don't know our cousins like our parents used to know their cousins. Like, I will say that, like, we don't know who might be our second, third cousin or whatever the case may be until you hear something from your mama and like, or your aunt, you like, that's your cousin right there. What? And you might be lucky if you dodged the bullet. You might have messed up. It all depends. But I will admit to that and everything. But I will say it ain't really no correct answer because again, it's so diverse and we're not all the same. What about you, Flake?
I feel like it's been a little bit of shift, and like you said, it's two sides to the coin. I do feel like the migration portion of that both of you guys brought up has definitely separated us to a certain point, and I think it's a little bit easier with technology now because if you want to go see a certain city, a certain place, or apply for a certain job, where you used to have to go fill it out, what I'm saying, go to the place, actually fill it out, or call them. You just go online and like what jobs are hiring in Sacramento, or if you want to see what Sacramento like in this area, I can Google that particular area and then I can do the little Google Maps. I can see what that particular area look like. This might be a nice area and I can move there. As we talk about education and schools and colleges and universities, it's universities, HBCUs I hadn't heard about that somebody might, leave small town to go to this particular university I hadn't heard of because they might major in one of the majors that they need and then they'll decide to move back home. I also see the other coin, especially what I'm about to experience. We just went through a list and it's going to be anywhere from 40 to 50 people in my house for the Day of Thanks holiday. And man, that just warmed my heart. And at one thing, I did get a little anxiety, like, man, I don't know if I want all them people in my house. I got to do this. Gotta do that, gotta prepare for this, gotta buy that, gotta make sure you got no chair. But then it was like, you know what? It's all worth it. You know what I'm saying? If I got a place that can accommodate that, and I remember when I was a little kid and we gonna eat it too, and you know what I'm saying? You can hardly sleep because the next morning, all your cousins, aunties, uncles coming over, we playing spades, we talking crap. We gonna go outside and throw the football around, we gonna play the video game. We gonna watch The Color Purple or Coming to America or somebody gonna get a whooping. We're gonna get told to shut up. And it's just like a whole dynamic of fun that we gonna have, man. My earliest memory of the family getting together, I think I probably had been like 5 or 6 years old. And I've been on my great grandma's house way out in the country and they ain't had no cable, our house, all that good stuff. And back during that time, they was telling the kids sit in this room while we had grown folks conversation. So you talking about, we got a nice ass family. So you talking about 15, 20 cousins just sitting in this room and we supposed to sit here and be quiet? Oh, no, we in there roasting, joking, came in there, told us be quiet. All right, they leave, we be quiet about another 5 minutes. Here we go again. I got caught laughing. My grandmama literally took the branch off a Christmas tree and whooped me right there. I was like, I ain't never got whooped no Christmas tree before, you know what I mean? But even though I got a whooping, it was a great family dynamic, great family fun. And this is what it's gonna remind me of. This is gonna be the first time in a while that I've been around the whole family because being married, I gotta go to her family house and not living where most of everybody else live at. Sometimes I'm not able to make it because of work or I gotta go here, go there, but we do try to make it a priority to get around our people at some point in time, even if it ain't for a holiday, if it's just for a special occasion, for somebody's birthday, and they saying we going over to have birthday dinner. We might, do a turn and burn, might show up and then be back out the next morning. So I hope we don't lose it. I told my wife, I said, man, we up next. Like it used to be going over grandma, granddaddy, going over auntie's house, uncle's house, this, that, another. They getting on up in age, which is a blessing to see them get on up in age where it's our turn to host and then they come. That's where we're going with it. What I don't want to happen is my kids didn't get a chance to grow up with their other cousins that live down there. So they get to see each other, but they don't really get to see each other, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, Spirit. So I gotta introduce, like, hey, this is your cousin. Like every time we go home, remind them, this your cousin, da-da-da. Y'all switch numbers if you want to, or whatever, follow each other on the gram or TikTok or whatever y'all on. Make sure y'all stay in communication. That's the part that kind of scares me about is that, and that may be just for me, because since they ain't get to grow up around them all the time and go to school with each other, that they ain't super tight with their cousins. But it's people that ain't blood, that we build our own community around, that that they kind of do believe that they cousins for real, and they really ain't blood cousins, but they really are if you look at it in the family dynamic, and they super tight with them and call and check on each other and go out and hang and kick it and make sure they got each other back. So I do agree it's both sides of the coin. As Black people, I hope we continue to have our family reunions. We had one we went to last year. We're working on another one for next year because we went a while without doing that. So I hope we continue to do that. For those who might not have as many family members, I hope you find you a community, you find you a nest, you find you a makeshift family, and get to know each other, because it's very important to have that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I mean, you touched on a lot of great points, so I won't have to reiterate those. But it's just having them real memories, man, where you can go back and look at them pictures. And, I'm still remembering, when our family was, like you said, it's big, but, great uncle them would come over there probably the day before because they're going to do a big one at their house. Ain't no way we can have everybody. But then I remember when they were like, you know what, we're going to do fish fry and we're going to do barbecue. We're going to be at Safina house. We're going to be at Aunt Deborah house, So I remember them days, they coming over the night before and we sneak in while they in there talking. And, we trying to see what gifts up under there. We trying to see who got the most gifts, you know what I'm saying? And falling on the floor, acting like you're doing push-ups to see what's down there. And, it's the beauty of it. So I think, family could be people that you blood related to or just people that you built the union with. So I think all of it is beautiful. I just think from just the old, I'm going to say the country boy way is that we were just so used to being around our cousins because they wasn't too far. I think we adapted to like the city ways and how to build families once we turned into transplants in other people's cities. So, I hope everybody, as we come into the season, they get to enjoy some good family time and just chill. It ain't even got to be related to the holiday, but if people take time to, they off work and they want to travel and save up PTO or whatever, make it happen, make memories, and take pictures, man, and take videos, but live in the moment too. Because I would promise you this is that one thing that I look back on is like my mama didn't celebrate holidays, but that's a lot of times when, family's around. So we would move around, but she would just drop us out where we was going with, like Flake them. But for her not to be involved in a lot of the moments, you think about that back in the day. Now you think about it now, it's like, damn, you knew she was her. Like she'll be outside or she'll pull in, but she in and out. You ain't taking no pictures. You probably ain't caught no video of her, nothing, but you knew, Carla was there. So, she felt the impact, but not to hide them pictures and be like, damn, this was this year, regardless if you celebrate or not. I just think it's important for people to just, value their family part, whether they got your last name, same blood, or y'all just got that loyalty that mean more than blood these days, to be for real. So that's dope. But no, that's a good little conversation with that, man. This is also something else, man, that
I thought about. Change the topic real quick because I got something to say about.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
One thing that you hit on that is another dynamic, and I mean it ain't blood family, but it's something that you said. Friendsgiving is something that's big, and again, you touched on how our family ain't your blood and everything, and that is another way that transplants and people who can't go home because of work and they can't get off or whatever the case may be, that do things with their loved ones and with their friends that gives them that family vibe and creates memories and moments with people that they call family and they look at as family. So I just wanted to speak on that because again, it's not, yes, family is important, like blood family, but also family is who you make it and who you got a connection with and you can trust and you can count on and you can depend on, and that they hold you accountable, you hold them accountable, they're there with you through thick and thin, and that's not always your blood. So again, there are different ways, and that's why I said I don't think it's a definitive answer because it's two sides to the coin, and people make family where they live with the people that's around them and who they fuck with. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, that's actually where I was going with it. And I was like, I would almost contribute. It's not a right or wrong, so that we just having a conversation with that. But I would contribute most to a lot of people feeling that way, just not understanding of how the family might have broke off from not being as close. And so a lot of people lean into, well, they really ain't family because they ain't been around, but not really just understanding that, at the end of the day, man, you would hope that the same people that you either grew up with or knew that y'all was cousins, that y'all would still be click tight as you get older. But sometimes if something happens in the family that disconnects y'all, and that's really upon y'all to kind of build that bridge again, is because we ain't got nothing to do with what our great uncles and great aunts and great grandparents. That ain't our beef. You know what I'm saying? And it happens. And I think that's something that just needs to be discussed amongst the cousins that's younger. Like, we didn't get to see y'all, bro. We might be 25, 30 when we get to meet each other. You might have some kids. All right, cool. What we gonna do? At least once a year, try to link up. Then it starts to become more current, and then these conversations are needed to be had. But then you get back to family however you want to. Sometimes when you have that order that your family's typically in, if it happens to be a little tiff, then it's whatever side you on. It ain't that you chose sides as a kid. It's somebody else chose sides, and that's just how they start rocking. And we just eventually got used to. This is where it is, and this is what we're doing today. And it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's why I was actually going with it. I think that contributes more because people aren't around them, so it's easy to say, they ain't really family. You don't really know that, though. Y'all probably got a lot in common, you feel me? So that's why I was going with it.
Now, them old family beefs are real. Like them your great aunts and great uncles and grandparents, they really be beefing with each other, and they really do cause a break in the chain, and like it could separate some things and make some things like hectic and crazy, and you really don't realize the severity or the depth of it and the gravity of it until you get older and you start getting privy to certain conversations and stuff, and you start hearing slick little comments, and you're like, what that mean by that? And then you might ask your mom or your pops or somebody or your aunt, like, what's going on? And they tell you the deep-rooted drama and stuff. So that shit's real. That shit's real.
Because it has nothing to do with my family. Just like that. But just to kind of add a little comedic humor to it, man, when people realize why the funerals be so tense, that's what it is. Because everybody got to come and pay their respect. But trust and believe, when them bottles get to flowing, them bloods get to going around, somebody going to let you know what's really been going on. And then that's when you got to be like, all right, it's on us. Now we all just link up, whoever cool, who get in this person ear, we going to go on and be in that gap. It don't take long, bro. Like you said, we don't know who everybody, our cousins, rotating and doing whatever with. All it takes is a baby or two, and that's it. For you know it, you get a picture, little junior in junior high killing it. You like, who was that? You know that so-and-so, son. Nah, bro, I ain't. Whole cousin. And then, Lord forbid if he have somebody that's he has an interracial child, biracial, that's a wrap. You have no idea who little Klay Thompson them is. Like, you do not know until you see the last name, bro. You don't. And I mean, it happens. So that's just what that is, right? Like, bro, out there hooping. Yeah, that's your people, bro. You just don't know it. So yeah, that's what it be sometimes, right? Just that them little slick beefs on the side. Man, get past this shit.
And them beefs be petty too, man. You get to talking about them. They get to telling you like, so tell me I ain't met my cousin, we ain't kicked it. Because of $25. That's what we talking about. Yeah. The beef be so, it ain't about the $25. They always borrow money, don't want to pay nobody that. They like, bro, this is so, them $25 ain't never hurt you a day in your life. Like, the beefs be so petty. And it just be, we ain't talking at all over some BS. She bought a sweater, never returned. She tried to talk to my man. It be like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it be some old foolishness. They be talking about we wild and crazy. We just got social media to kind of broadcast it. Y'all was with the bullshit too. Trust and believe. Yeah.
Oh, well, family members shooting at each other and everything else. Yeah. I remember my auntie shot at my Uncle Mew because he wouldn't move. And they started beefing. James, I told you move that mule. don't know what, she ain't gonna do nothing. All right, 5 minutes later.
See, just
Hey.
retarded, man. That's just how it be, man.
But what's
But
a you ain't gotta go to your closet of family members. I already named a couple of family memories that's been, top of my head, been one of the best ones, man. Give us one of your family, just like your best family member of having a good time and, man, just being together with all the people. Don't be on here divulging those secrets. We got family members that watch us now.
So I missed this one, but it's a story that we talk about every time we link up. So like I'm trying to remember. I think it's 13 grandkids. My grandmother has 13 grandkids. It might even be more than that. It might be 13 or 18, and I know that's a big gap, but still, I just can't think right now. And I'm not about to do the math to count us all up. It was like 13 or 18 grandkids, and so out of that, it's probably like 10 males. So it's 10 of us that are males, but my cousins went. Some of my cousins still live at home, of course, because my cousin's the mayor of the city that my parents grew up in and everything. So they went back home for a holiday or something. But me and my cousin Jason didn't make it. But so supposedly it's this restaurant called Spanky's or whatever, and some white people wanted to get crazy and try to jump my cousin Johnny. He was outside by himself doing something, and they thought they called him slacking or whatever. So they initially jumped him, but he was able to get to the door. And when he got to the door, he gave a bird call, and them white boys did not know that my family was 8-10 deep. So they came out there and they whooped their ass, and we talk about it all the time, but what's so funny about it and why we talk about it is because in the family, I'm labeled the thug or the rowdy one, the one who likes to fight or whatever. I don't know how I got that label, but
the black sheep. Don't worry, the black sheep. That's all.
But that's what they called me, and so me and my cousin Jason, he like that too, but he don't get as bad as of a moniker as me, but he like that too, and we just happen to be the two who missed it. And so every time they tell it, they was like, we know if you was there, and then my daddy missed it too. They was like, and we know if Uncle Bill was there, it would have been way worse and everything. And it was like we might have been on America's Most Wanted and stuff, but they whooped them boys, and so it was like I think 2 or 3 white boys who tried to jump on my cousin, and then they end up getting jumped by 8 black boys, and my cousin soccer kicked somebody in the face and everything. So it's just a story, and I hate that I missed it, but I love hearing about it just because that's how family's supposed to be, and that's how family rock and stuff. And you might think you catch us slipping, but nah, you better be careful, especially during the holiday, because you don't know how deep we are. So that's one of my favorite memories, even though I wasn't there. But just to hear us talk about and the laughs that we have and the joy and everything, and then just how close we are, that's one of mine.
I would say this, man. Go ahead. So growing up as a kid, like a lot of stuff was held at Flake Crib or our Aunt Safina house or Aunt Deborah. And we just had an aunt to me that I thought was like the funniest person alive, dog. And by the time, honestly, and I don't go into too much, but if her kids listen, she might even, but by the time Aunt Dot got there, full of that self-crowd, there's no telling what she was going to say, dog.
Well, the Bud Lights and Crown was smoking cigarettes back to back.
Man, there was no telling what she was going to say. Like, she came late, she going to get a little plate, but she full of it by that time. So it's so many memories. I don't know if it's coming in there, just get some shit started immediately, walking out, falling drunk. Like, she was just the one that she was coming late, but you were going to know Aunt Dot was there. Like, you heard her. Oh, that's Dot. She ended up making a play, talking shit, and then by that time, she just here, like, immediately. and everybody just know it. So she was like one of my. I used to love seeing that. Come here, because that's my family called me Beetle. Come here, Beetle. And after that, I'm like, you smell like that stuff. Hush, I'm grown. And that's it. After that, talking shit, playing spade. That was just one of my favorite people growing up. Dot, because you didn't know when she was coming, but you knew when she got there, you were gonna hear Dot, man. You were gonna hear Dot.
And she gonna tell you some stuff as a child you should be hearing.
Exactly.
You ain't got no girlfriend yet. I'm 11.
Yeah.
You take her out back. You like, hold on.
Yeah, right. I can't say the word because everything's so sensitive. But yeah, you better be telling her about something real quick because she got a word for you. Now you must be, so.
Yeah. What? One Dot, man. She was a wild one.
Yeah, who you got though, Flake? You been around a little longer, man, so you might have got to see something that, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen a lot of stuff, man. I just like there's a lot of memories. I told y'all a couple of them, but out there in the country, running around in the pigsties and eating wild berries and stuff like that off the vine. Grandma, my great aunt used to make me pound cake every time we went out there. But just the memories of like the main ones is like the Independence Day, 4th of July. Because everybody come out, we have water balloon fights, everybody grilling, music blasting all night. Our next door neighbor might have the volleyball net up, so I'm going over there, being a little manager as a 10-year-old, and her kids is 20, and I think they fine, so I'm over there. So I'm over there with Till. And so,
hey, Rose,
I will say,
Doc got in his ear.
Early.
Oh, yeah,
early.
Them playing spades all night long, drinking Crown. But my brother over there talking shit, him and Dot talking shit, and just having a good time. And then by the time it was time for everybody to leave, when somebody done said a little too much, and then somebody get cussed out. So it's about time to go in. But yeah, man, it just with our family, man, it'd be too many people to name, man. We done had so much fun, and man, just wild out. But Independence Day, 4th of July growing up was like, it seemed like our main thing because everybody get there at 12-1, and we wouldn't leave midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, just having a good old time.
That's what's up, though, man. Glad that everybody got a little ignorance and a little fun that they can think back on.
Every family got it, don't? Every family got it, don't?
Of course. Yeah.
I put it like this, and I ain't even trying to go back deep in that conversation. When you get to a certain point with your partner, when you meet your life partner, don't look at their family. They might look pristine up front, but once you get in there and get around them, and you married, and once you get married, you gonna see. Oh no, every family got that ignorance. Somebody that they don't talk about that's been locked up for 15 years for shooting somebody or what else. That hey, please.
Hey, it's some families more than others, so just be real careful, real careful.
Some more than others. But yeah, I just wanted to, make the conversation short tonight, bring up the dynamic. Maybe, somebody listen to this, go back to more family members, call up a cousin, auntie, uncle, apologize, or get together and kick it, play spades once again, get together and talk some mess, man. Maybe this will spark up your next family reunion conversation.
Hey, and I leave with this, man. To that point you were saying when you meet your significant other or whatever, when you get to meeting some of them uncles and cousins that always ended with, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. You may want to get that ring a little quicker, brother, because it might be some smoke for you if you try to play. So just understand what that means.
They're the ones you don't hang around too much. How many times can you be in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Like, okay, so you want to ride to the store? No, I'm cool, bro. I'm sitting here with the old lady. Yeah.
All right, Spears, you got anything you want to close on that, or you got your Supremely Black business of the week?
I have my Supreme Black Business of the Week. I was actually reading it right now and everything. So we got Journey Fit. Journey Fit Fitness. It's they got 2 locations, one in Dallas, kind of Oak Cliff area, and then one in Richardson. I'm just gonna give you a brief little synopsis. That's what I was trying to read through, whatever, because it got a long paragraph, and I'm not about to read all of that. So I was trying to figure out the point that I wanted to read. Journey Fit narrows its focus on making you mentally fit and physically fit with a structured fitness plan that will guide you to reaching your fitness goals. With a staff full of professional trainers, nutritionists, and mental health and wellness experts, Journey Fit is ready to force you into fitness. The owner of Journey Fit is Victoria, and so Coach Victoria grew up in Richardson. Then she got a scholarship to Rutgers University for volleyball, and then she came back home and was doing some training, and so now she trains some NBA players, some WNBA players, some professional volleyball players, some NFL players, and everything. And again, she has 2 locations, one in Dallas and then one in Richardson, Texas. And so you could find them at journeyfit.net. So that is JOURNEYFIT.net. And I'm pretty sure they have social media, but I'm not on social media, so I couldn't tell you the tags or anything like that. But I do see on the website that they do have the icons. So if you click on them, if you go to the website, I'm pretty sure it will link you to their Facebook page, to their Instagram page, and Twitter, and so forth and so on. So again, for this week, Journey Fit is our Black Business Minute. Salute to them.
Shout out to Journey Fit.
Salute to Journey Fit. Our Supreme Black Person of the Week is going to be Doug Melville. He just released a book today called Invisible Generals. This story is about Benji O. Davis Sr. and Benji O. Davis Jr., which help integrate the armed services. Now, the movie Black Red Tails is about them. However, Doug Melville said he had to write this book because they had changed their names. So the captains of the Red Tails supposed to be Benjamin O. Davis Jr., and then his father also, Benjamin O. Davis Sr. Of course, in some of these movies, they change up the names, they change up the stories, this, that, and other. Doug Melville was pretty much upset about that. So he said, I gotta write a book about this so we can get my family story out there of who they were and who they did. I know Red Tails was good, motivational movie for us as Black people and Black people in the military and integration of the military. And Doug is not upset at that, but he's saying, once they changed the names and they realized certain things were not as it seemed that they seen in the movie from the stories that have been passed down from his family, he had to get this book out here. So you can go on Amazon.com to get it, or you go on Simon & Schuster website and get the book. You can get the hardback, or you can get the ebook as well. They also have the audio version of it. And there's our Supreme Black Person Week is going to be Doug Melville. Thank you so much for writing this book, sir. Go out there and check that out and learn a little bit of history.
That's dope. And was that the same group that we were saying in our private group chat that the commander's name actually should have been if they was going to change it to something?
Hold on. I'm trying to think.
Like from the Redskins, if they want to change something from Washington, it should have been Red Tail.
Oh yeah, it should have been Red Tails. Yeah, from the football team. Yeah. The Washington Red Tails. Yeah. So if you hadn't watched Red Tails movie, go check that out. Just know some of those names are not the exact names, but then you go back and get the book and read that, or you can read the book first, then watch the movie and see how much was changed in there. As we know that, a lot of things are, they say to protect the innocent, but sometimes it's just not to give folks credit they deserve as well. I'm not saying that Red Tails did that, but we know how things go with the racism, history, this, that, and that. But with that being said, for all our queens out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side. Let them know y'all a queen. For all our kings out there, put your crown on, tilt that thing to the side, and let them know you are a king. We are supremely black, and we out.